Hello. Good evening, everyone. How's it going? It's Wednesday, the middle of the week. Just a little bit more until the weekend again. Hello. How's it going? I've been doing great. I've been thinking of all the games I'll be playing on Friday. It's going good. That's good. So I'll be playing those suggestions starting this Friday. So every Friday will be dedicated purely to playing those games that you guys have suggested. I think some of them are short and could fit a couple in a stream. I think the latest one you've suggested, what was it called again? Something about Cry of Fear. I think that one's like 8 hours long. So the long ones I might have to split into multiple streams. But otherwise, I think most of them fit well within one stream. So I look forward to playing those. I'm gonna try not to let the list grow too big. So it's a battle between you guys and your suggestions and me being able to complete them all. I also wanted to find a way to list out all the games I played in the past. And there is kind of an extension. It's the same as Nightmare House. It's a mod of Half-Life. I see. 8 hours. That means it's gonna be like 3 or 4 times the length of Nightmare House. Might take a couple streams to finish. Knowing me. Nightmare House took way longer than I expected. I didn't actually think it bundled in the second game because I knew the second game existed. But then I thought, oh, this must be just the first game. But then I was locked in, so I had to play the whole thing. But yeah, that was pretty fun. That was very fun, and the I think I was a little bit too tired to appreciate the humor near the end. You passed out? Yeah, I thought you might have. That was. I'm so sorry. That was much longer than I intended, and I spent way too much time on the boss battle, not knowing what to do. If I didn't look up like a quick little description about the boss battle, I would have no idea what to do, and I would have spent another 30 minutes on it. You didn't have your coffee that day? Yeah, I don't always have a coffee anymore before my stream. I needed it the first couple weeks, and then afterwards it was like an on and off kind of thing. I do prefer the coffee though. It's nice and warm, and the flavor is so good. So it's nice to kind of tuck in my seat, wrap myself in my blanket, and then sip my coffee as I play games. So I do enjoy it even if I don't have to drink a coffee. But yeah, so I look forward to playing those games on the list. But today I had other games I wanted to play because not yesterday, because the last stream was much longer than I expected. I didn't get to play two of the games that I wanted to play, but that's a good thing because one of them might overlap with the genre of the other game that I played, so Free Will. So this one's a similar kind of like a pixel art style, and it's got that type of horror element to it, I think. It's called Monotype. It's kind of based off of like Tamagotchi and like the little digital pets. So this one's gonna be interesting. I briefly read the description this time, and it seems like there are multiple endings, and I think they expect you to spend 30 to 45 minutes each playthrough. So if I have to get all the endings, it's a sizable amount of time. So that's good that I didn't play that on Monday, so it's saved for today. So without further ado, let's get set up. Oh, there we go. Audio is probably okay. And perfect. Double check. Audio's okay. I'm okay. Game's okay. We're okay. Alright. Momotype. So immediately you can already see it's kind of got that shape of like a Tamagotchi almost. Your neighborhood, New Ribosome City. Oh. Not a game category. You're right. I forgot. Completely forgot. Not this game. Mono. It's not on the list. Games and demos then. Okay. Thanks for the reminder as always. I was so fixated on everything else today that I completely forgot to change the stream title. Oh well. I'll do better next time. The chains of a DNA spin on your screen. They make a web of helixes until the logo of the Imitato Corp appears in a white font. The ad has begun. You're concerned that it was still Nightmare House? Sorry, I forgot to change the stream title. Also, welcome. Good to see you again. How's it going? Yeah, after the nightmare that was Nightmare House, I think we've all had enough of that game for a bit, for a little while. So we're done with that one for a while. So now we're playing Momotype. It's, I guess, similar-ish genre to Free Will in that it's pixel art and that it's a little bit of the unsettling type of horror. But look, it's so cute. It's kind of like a Tamagotchi kind of thing. They were all the rage in 2100. Huh. I guess for us, we say the 2000s. What would they say when it's the year 2100? They say 2100, 2100, the 21s? Like, curious. You knew them as monotypes, your digital pocket friend. You'd feed them, play games with them, and watch them grow. Mom and Dad liked them because there was no cleanup. You liked them because they seemed so real. With the advent of the digital age, we at Imitato Corp have noticed society changing. Birth rates in this country have hit an all-time low, not seen since the plague. Soon, our workforce will be depleted and unemployed. Once this occurs, industry will fail. As you all know, this is an existential threat, not only to ourselves, but more importantly, our GDP. Of course, it's always the GDP. Monotypes, our digital pocket pets, have supported this decline. We want people to have kids, This, unfortunately, cannot be accomplished through digital software. It can, however, be accomplished through our new product. Today, we're excited to announce the shipment of our new line of monotypes, the real monotype. The digital enters the physical. Cuddle them like real pets. Play with them like real pets. Watch them grow and change. Know the joys of parenthood. Order now at no cost. Supplies limited. Place an order? I feel like we could just end the game right now if we say no. It looks like a pig head. You know, I'm so curious. What if I say no? It turns out that this is a government-sponsored program where you head to work. When you head to work the next day, your manager corrals your team into a huddle. He explains that everyone will be receiving a monotype.
Has a partnership formed between Imtato Corp
An employee asks, "Oh, I guess I got the... Oops. You're right on the money, Christine," your manager says. We have to get
this country moving, and corporate wants to be that vehicle of change, he says.
Shaking his fists in the air.
Your hours will be unpaid, but a week will pass by like nothing. Pizza parties on Friday.
I didn't have a choice. I wanted to game the system. Your house, your home, New Ribosome City. A death storm, lead in the air. You're in a desert-like area. There's nothing around you besides the sound of your thoughts. You can't find any. A friend tomorrow is a friend for life. Supplies limited. You're awake. The remnants of the dream pass and fade into static. You're back to your show. You're going to watch television until you hear noise outside your door. Someone has left something on your porch. It's for you. When you open the door, there it is. A small creature lying in a basket. It's sleeping soundly. Turn it over. The monotype you ordered has arrived. It has soft skin. Its ears are pointed. They feel like beanbags upon further inspection. It's a monotype, but in physical form, as per the ad. Let me increase the volume just a bit. You want to assume it's a plushie. To your surprise, however, the monotype is warm. The terms of your purchase have not been released. Keep it? Well, I don't want to leave it outside. Part of me wants to be curious and leave it outside, but I'll feel bad for it. So, yeah, keep it. You take the creature inside. Monotypes live for approximately 7 days. A note has been packed inside the basket. Take care of them, and they will grow. Monotypes love humans, so give them some love back. It's essential for their well-being. The note ends. There's nothing else by the way of instructions. Just like children, I guess. You know, it's not like our parents had like a instruction manual on how to take care of us. So fair enough. You decide it's time for bed. A collection of particles circle around. they're diluted with a heavy substance, though you can't tell what. In your dream, the particles attempt to create form, and in doing so, assemble into a storm. Inside the storm, there's no one and nothing except small spaces where it's immeasurably dark. Your vision recedes. You look through a bird's eye view into the storm, hoping to get a better look. As soon as you think you spot a person, particles scatter. You repeat this process until, finally, you realize you're completely alone. The dream ends. You hear shuffling by your bed. You wake up to see what's moving. The monotypes by your feet. Hello, parent. Momo will stay with you for the rest of your life. Do you love Momo? Momo already knows the answer. Whoa, 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 I barely know you. Take it slow. No? I love Momo? I guess... we'll be playing multiple times anyway. Let's go with the good one first. Let's be positive this time. I love Momo. Momo has received this well. Your answer was never in question. After all, he's so cute. A moment passes. Momo's stomach begins to rumble. Now that you think about it, how does Momo manage to eat? Or speak, for that matter? Head to the hallway. Those are the skinniest bed legs you ever seen? I didn't notice. Well, I'll probably notice when I inevitably head to bed and realize that it can't support my weight. Momo thinks you have good taste in interior design. Very postmodern. By the way, what does postmodern mean? Momo saw it on a book from your shelf. Truthfully, you don't know. Truthfully, you don't know. Momo is now humming the Imato Corp jingle. Is Momo herbivorous? A carnivore? You don't know yet, but he seems to like pancakes. He's now full of energy. Play with Momo. Momo flies into the air. They're surprisingly heavy. Keep going, parent. After 30 minutes of using Momo like an exercise ball, you're tired. You drop him onto the floor, and while he lays there absently, you take a moment to catch your breath. POV, you're a parent, but your arms are noodles and you're not able to lift up your child. So you're huffing and puffing. This results in some confusion. Momo seems fidgety. Parent, Momo still wants to play. We sure can play, Momo. Just let me catch my breath. You resume chucking Momo into the air. At some point, his head, body, smashes into the ceiling, and to your surprise, he's unaffected. You request that you keep going. Use Momo like a soccer ball? This process is repeated until your arms give out. Thank you, parent. you cook pancakes tomorrow? Momo asks. Then he hops off. You lay crumpled on the floor. Upstairs, you hear small thuds in the hallway. They eventually lead to your bedroom, and soon enough, the noise stops. Oh, you're right, those are skinny legs. That's like skinnier than my umbrella. There's no way that's gonna be able to hold up a person, let alone a Momo. Just one day you're gonna be sleeping, Momo just jumps onto the bed and all of a sudden it goes thunk. It must be 50 kilos at least. Oh my goodness, that's a whole person in like a small spherical shape. Might as well have the mattress on the floor. Oh well, bed frames are overrated anyway. Momo looks like a plush doll. He lies like a pile of goo. You decided to pet him, but to your surprise, his body is taut. Underneath is a muscle-bound creature. Whoa, Momo's jacked. Go to bed. In the theater of Momo's mind, there's nothing. The only thing that can be made out is the appearance of a person. Momo is dreaming about someone, and it's most likely you. You're back in the desert, still in bird's eye view. The particles have ceased to move. You know that you've been waiting a long time, longer than you've waited in real life. You want something to happen. You know that this is a dream, but the particles, your void vision, the endless wait, years could pass without contradiction. For now, this is everything. As you've been waiting, the particles have started moving. They scatter like dust. Above you, even higher than where you currently are, it starts raining to an immeasurable degree. You ascend. You're now in the clouds. The rain is below you. You're looking down from an even higher position. Finally, and without your own observation, the particles begin assembling. They seem to form something definite. You don't notice the figure below you until you see a hand waving. It's a new day. At the hallway, Momo heard that this country's GDP is on the fritz. Soon, nobody will be making babies anymore. Banks will go under. Food will be short. Mass suicides all around. Will Momo be there for it? What? Already asking all the hard questions. Imagine you have a baby, and then the next day it starts speaking and asking questions like these. That's the future of the horror genre. It won't be demon babies. It'll be babies that are just realists. They'll be like,
Are you sure you can afford to pay for rent and my food, Mom? Goo goo gaga.
it'll be speaking in a deep voice as well. That's the demon babies of the future horror genre. No, Momo has a bunker out in No, Momo has a bunker out in southwest Ribo City. Very safe, well stocked. How does Momo know so much about the world? Intuition. Does Momo know where the bunker is? It will be saying the goo goo gaga at the end of every sentence. And it will be talking about all the real world problems. Just one after the other. Just making us feel bad. Like, no, not my mortgage payment. Not my school tuition that I still have to pay off. No, and he does not like revealing such details. Parent, can Momo ask you a question? What is GDP? Momo pauses. Momo does not know what a bunker is. To tell you the truth, is it a type of pancake? Head to the kitchen. Momo has not yet decided what to eat. You want him to try new foods. Cigarette? I'm gonna give Momo a cigarette. What is an artichoke? Artichoke's a fish? What is artichoke? Artichoke. No, artichoke's a fruit? No, a vegetable? A vegetable. Honestly, I've never had artichoke, so I have no idea what that is. But then again, I've never had cigarettes, yet I know what that is. Is my... Huh. I guess it is. I'm guessing this thing, the bigger thing, is the stove. You know, the thing that I don't have a working one of. And then it has a built-in oven, so that must be the microwave then. Huh. Interesting. Who needs countertops? Who needs cabinets? Those things are overrated. So expensive. In this economy? Nah, I'll just put my microwave on the floor. Along with the mattress. This was made from a cow? Where do they live? Once you explain that they live in mass industrialized farms, Momo stares at his plate. Is it okay to eat cows? The actual answer is probably not, but humans do so anyway. If you think about it, if this world is on a decline, it's kind of odd that we don't have an actual living pet, but we have an artificial pet, and we're feeding it live, like meat from live animals. Wouldn't it have been better to just have a cow as a pet? That does not make sense, parent. Momo responds. He eats the steak anyway. It makes no sense. Life with Momo is relatively simple. They're a crude mix between a child and a virtual pet. Concerning this, you don't have any particular feelings. However, this does make it difficult when asked questions concerning Momo's identity. Is Momo human? He asks. No, you're not human. If I'm not human, then why does parent take care of me? Because you should care for all living things when you agree, because it's mutually beneficial, you get food in a room, and I get a pet. Let's go with the first one. Let's be positive. Because you should care for all living things. Wouldn't you agree? Momo looks up at you from the ground. Momo thought care was only reserved for humans. That only humans could accomplish such a thing. I never thought of it that way. Reserved for humans? At this line, you take a pause. Why would it be reserved for humans, you ask? Humans are everything. Wouldn't you agree? He responds. Today, you decided to show Momo the world through your television, a reflection of the real world. You place Momo onto the couch where they can browse a selection of different shows. Momo does not know what television is, however. You turn on your cable box. Whoa, they don't have streaming services in the future? Which program should you tune into? Planet Hippo?
Dragon Sphere. A new sheriff in town.
I think I'll go with Planet Hippo. Probably a nature show.
Look at the size of this one, mate.
A man with an accent is pointing at a hippo.
What pretty little lady we got here.
Along with his camera crew, the presenter is hiding in a bush. He wears a pair of binoculars and khaki shorts.
Old Bertha's put on a couple hundred. But she's right gorgeous.
He licks his lips. The presenter then exits the shade of the bush and runs to the sandy bank where the hippo lies.
Come here, Bertha, you sly gal.
I'm trying my best. I cannot do an Australian accent. I think I need to practice my Australian accent a lot more. Who is that guy? This is definitely referring to that guy from that show a long time ago. What was that guy's name? The guy that always says crikey and then always deals with like crocodiles and alligators? I can't remember. He was like really well known back in the early 2000s, but I don't think I see him on TV anymore. He enters the water, lifting his legs as fast as he can go. The mother hippo stares the man down, nostrils above water. Steve or something? Yeah, that's not ringing a bell. I never watched those shows, but it was more of like a thing that everyone knew about. Isn't Steve Irwin? I gotta look that up. Steve Irwin. Oh, it was him. Oh, he passed away in the mid 2000s. That's why I stopped hearing about him. Oh, that's sad. It was always so entertaining to like hear him talk. Why does he run? Momo asks. For footage of the hippo, you respond. Momo takes a moment. What does he want to do with hippo? The man on the screen grabs the hippo and subsequently is flung into the air. He is then pulled down under. He does not resurface. Between the two of you, there's a long pause. Finally, you speak up. Yeah, I don't really like him either. You decide to change channels. Which program should you tune into? I guess I get to watch all the television shows. I'm assuming Dragon Sphere. Either that's a fantasy, or that's a rip off of a... What was that show again about, like, inventions or something? Dragon's Den, or Dragon's Lair, or whatever it was called? Dragon's Den? Dragon's Den, I think? Let's see which one it's... Dragon Ball? Oh yeah, it could be Dragon Ball, right. It's Dragon Sphere. Dragon Sphere. Dragon Sphere.
You'll pay for this, Remuz. On my life, I swear to destroy you. This ends now.
A man with rippling muscles stands on the screen. He looks like he's squatting, like he's using the toilet. In actuality, he's powering up.
Super angry. That's the stuff of legends. Artichoke, of all people, blast it.
Yells Vegenta to no one in particular. Artichoke, the other man yelling, has been in one pose for the past 15 minutes. Rocks levitate, thunderstorms form, and lava erupts from the ground. In the meantime, Freemaz is awestruck, stares at his rippling muscles. This continues for another 20 minutes. In this time, Artichoke and Freemaz only manage to grunt at each other. At the 40th minute mark, Artichoke finally releases the energy and his hair turns blonde. His muscles are bigger now. Freemaz, from what you can tell, is in awe of his bulging chest. It sounds like Freemaz has a thing for muscles. There's silence until Artichoke breaks it by speaking. He says but one thing.
Now I'm really angry.
Freemaz blushes. The episode ends? Wait. What? What was... That is so odd. I have a feeling Freemaz has a thing for Artichoke and his bulging muscles. Which program should you tune into next?
A new sheriff in town. I ain't having a swig of this.
A mustached man fitted with a cowboy hat spits on the ground.
Tastes like my mother's burnt boat.
The bartender hides his frustration.
Just give me that whiskey.
Suddenly, the door opens. From the sunlight emerges a shadowy figure. It looks to be a man in his early 40s, tanned and with multiple scars.
Sheriff Dudley, snake in the bush, sin incarnate.
His hand waves in a grand gesture.
How many holes can I press into that suit of yours before you bleed?
The tan man pulls out his revolver.
And Lord did he know, despite all my guilts and sorrows, iron cuts deep. You will know what it means. Ball to the right. Yeah, there.
Sheriff Dudley flicks his wrist to the whiskey bottle in the corner. The bartender does not move.
Well, get a move on.
When nothing happens, Sheriff Dudley slaps his fingers on the table.
Dudley,
The tan man says,
the devil welcomes a new man into his heath. You will pay for your crimes against me.
Dudley stares down, then sucks his teeth. The tan man has cocked his gun.
Well, dog,
The sheriff doesn't move.
gonna get up or you up? Caught with no
The whistle of a bullet is preceded by a hole appearing in the man's head. The words do not exit his mouth, and his face drops its expression. He falls to the floor.
language there, partner.
Sheriff Dudley turns to the bartender, a grimace on his face.
How many times I gotta ask?
After watching TV, you decide it's time for bed. Momo hobbles up the stairs. You cook something for yourself, then call it a night. Momo sleeps soundly. Obviously, Momo gets those nice and thick table legs, while I get these tiny little slim, dainty bed legs. Ugh. Momo's gone Super Saiyan. Look at those bulgy arms. Where did they come from? In the theater of Momo's minds, they're artichoke. For Momo, their vision has collapsed on this image. It is all they're currently dreaming of. In your dream, the particles have formed a shadow. From your height, you believe the shadow to be your own. It is overcast. There's no available light. A question arises and presents a contradiction. How can shadows exist if there's no light? You already know why. You descend to the earth. The shadow mimics your movement and rises up. It is not a shadow. It is face to you now. When you move your right hand, it moves its right hand. When you move your left, it does the same. This shadow formation mimics your every move. You find it unnerving. You decide to dig into the earth. You want to hide until it goes away. As you descend, the shadow rises into the air and becomes the object projecting its figure onto the earth. You realize that you are the shadow and the dark formation. By contrast, and the dark formation by contrast has become you. You have switched positions. You feel a tinge of regret. It looks like Geodude with hair. It's what Geodude. It's when Geodude moves to the next form. And, goes beyond Super Saiyan. Momo has woken up excited. Could we try something new? He asks. What? Momo has the hair of artichoke. It's a lost item from your cosplay days. Regretfully, you've still kept it. Prepare to be vanquished, Rima. Momo looks at you vengefully. His hair is a bright yellow, and his limbs non-existent. Play along. How dare you try to cross the great Emperor Freemza on his march of conquest. Prepare to be annihilated, worm. You charge at Momo. Is Sonic the Hedgehog now? It's Super Saiyan. It's Super Saiyan Sonic with no arms and legs. After numerous energy waves and manly screams, both of you are beat. It is the dream. The shadow stays in the air. You stay in the ground. A white sphere has opened up from the storm. It looks upon the both of you.
Would you like to get out, friend?
To this, you can't respond, as you do not have a mouth. You do not have arms either.
You, in the air. Would you like to get out?
The shadow, still floating in the air, does not give a response. In this entropic storm, it would be hard to make out. The sphere's words, however, are clear. Light comes from the sphere. It has a dark center. A moment of clarity arrives, and you realize that the sphere is the sun.
Would you like to get out?
The sun asks. What?
Congratulations! Momo has evolved. They have grown crab arms.
Momo has been staring at the mirror since this morning. They have not left.
What?
Why have I grown hands? They shuffle in the mirror. Why do I look like this? Don't worry, Momo. It's just a thing we call puberty. Everyone goes through it. You know, just don't worry about those crab arms. They look fine. They turn around in the mirror. Why does my face look like this? I shouldn't look like a crab. Why is this happening? Where are my hands? Where are my fingers? What happened, parent? You'll pay. You'll pay for this, boo. Oh, it's Artichoke? I thought it was like Majin Buu or whatever. Never mind. Artichoke is on screen yelling as he usually does. To take Momo's mind off his recent transformation, you've decided to play some television for him.
That pink freak needs to learn his lesson.
Magneta says. He turns away from Artichoke and gives a before raising his arms into the air. He lends his energy.
I've never told you this before, Artichoke, but you have bigger muscles than me.
The TV cuts off. An ad is playing.
A friend tomorrow is a friend for life. Order a Momotype today. The digital meets the physical, the most real organic creation of Imato Corp, almost like a human child.
Momo has been staring at the screen. They have not moved. Whether by intention or not, you realize your mistake before it's too late.
Supplies are limited. Get your very own friend today. Genetically bred to love humans like a real child.
The shot cuts to an eerily similar image to a monotype. Isn't that right, Momo? Come by the bunker, Momo. You'll be safe. The TV ad ends and the previous program continues. I can eat Momo now? No, I don't want to eat Momo. And I definitely don't want to give Momo a hot bath. No hot baths. Not good. The TV ad ends and the previous program continues. You wanna go to bed, Momo? You ask meekly. There's no response, and Momo does not want to give you the courtesy of one, or at least that's what it seems to be. Bed? You ask another time. When no response comes, you inevitably head to your room. Momo knows where to go, you think. Momo will change colors if Momo takes a bath. Yeah, I think I've heard Momos turn red, a nice bright red when they take a hot bath. It's very interesting. I'd love to see it, but somehow I get the feeling I don't want to do that. Also, I think Momo might be in that rebellious stage. You know, teenagers. They're looking in the mirror and they're going, why do I look like this? I feel so wrong. Why do my crab arms look like this? In the theater of Momo's mind, is seeing his brothers and sisters. The sky is bright in your dream. A cold chill has found itself in the air, and wherever you are, you feel it.
Would you like to get out?
The sun asks. You're not in the earth anymore. You're standing upright, face to face with your shadow. They've descended.
Would you like to get out?
The sun asks once more. The shadow then speaks. Yes, I would like to get out. You're puzzled. When you move your hand, the shadow moves his. When you move, he mirrors you. Was the shadow yourself since the beginning? No, you think. Before you can realize the shadow's true nature, they have already moved into the far recesses of some other place. They've moved on, and yet you're still here. In the far corners of your dreams, particles have been collecting together. Momo's not in bed. You can't find him. He's not in the hallway. What is going on? Oh shoot. Oh, there's a back button. What? Wait. I hope I didn't skip anything important. Will I grow up, parent? Or am I just a pet to be discarded after serving my purpose? I will never grow up, parent. Will I? You can hear pain in Momo's voice. Uh. Did you think this was alright? He asked. To give me such a cruel life? You're about to speak, but you're cut off. I am nothing. A pale imitation. A freak. A process of ideas. This is not funny. Momo looks to you. Everything I will ever be is centered around you. You are my one love, parent. I am, after all, your child. Momo's mind is ablaze. They're staring into you. Sounds like a teenage girl. Yeah, it's like, Mom, you don't even care about me. You just want to make me do all the things that you couldn't do when you were young. You don't even love me. You're the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. And to make it worse, you're entirely real. I can never come close to you. I'm not even real. Momo inhales. Please, no. He pauses. I love you so much. It hurts my insides. I want to tear out everything in me so I can be at your side. I want to love you forever. I've never told you this, parent. Is it even possible? Momo gives his final words. No, it isn't. I only know one thing. You're not human. You're Rimas. The tan man, the hippo man. Evil. Less than human. Wait, am I saying these words? Why am I saying this? What the heck? Evil, less than human, nothing. What? Oh, wait, maybe it's Momo saying that. Momo hops away. His body jiggles with each step. Momo is nowhere to be found for the rest of the day. You head for bed, unable to fall asleep. You're anxious for the new day. What? In Momo's dream, there are crabs. With the absence of your shadow, the sun has since disappeared. Time has continued to pass.
It was a trick of the mind.
You hear someone say?
Who knows what we'll find in this storm? I'm already you, friend. You're already me.
The voice continues. From the horizon, there appears the sun once more.
I'm already you.
It gets even brighter now.
You're already me.
Standing in the bleached center of this desert is a lone body. It is you. You look behind to see your shadow being cast by the sun. It has returned, and not by their own choice.
Do you want to get out?
The voice ends. Your shadow stays beside you. It will not move by itself anymore. have a free meal now? No, I don't want to have to eat Momo. Wake up, parent. What is Momo anyway? A pancake? A bunker? Is Momo an idea? Momo's body is taut. In the depths of their eyes, you see a tunnel. Will you love me? Momo asks. Run. Momo's the Pokemon? I choose you, Momo. Momo, use Splash. You run to the hallway. It's empty. The light from the street reflects into the space. Though you can't see well, you can make out what's behind you. I don't actually love you? Huh? What's that? You don't love me? Why don't you love me? I'm everything you can ever ask for and more. I'm made for you, developed for you. What more do you need? The creature looks at you from a towering height. I wish I had no eyes so I could have never seen you. I love you so much. Does it just continue? Momo's a yandere? Oh no. What's with me and yandere things? I swear that was not on purpose. I did not pick a yandere simulator. You enter your living room. The creature has chased after you. If only I was born in a different body. I'm an abomination. A deviant. You are everything I wish to be. Please love me. I read the tag in my basket. I only live for 7 days, right? Is this true, parent? But I don't want to die. You made me vomit. No human could be this cruel to raise me as his plaything. I reject it. So I'm designed to love you. I love myself. I am human. You are the creature. A disgusting parasite. A worm. Do you like being stomped, you worm? I know you'll like it. This time, it won't be fake. Run. A Detroit Become Human reference? What's the difference in yandere and tsundere? The dure means like being lavu, so like being very loving and affectionate. Whereas I can't remember what the yan means, but being soon is like being cold. So tsundere means you're being cold, but you're also being loving. So it's like it's not like I miss you or anything. It's not like I did for you or anything, stupid. That kind of thing. Whereas yandere is the one where it's like, very obsessive. And then and very possessive to the point of being like a psychopath. So they'll be loving most of the time, but then when they get jealous, they'll get deadly. So in this case, our little Momo sounds more like a yandere. And Detroit becomes human. I guess it does kind of feel like that. Momo reaches for her neck. Uh, you know I still love you. How can I not? You're blacking out. Was I designed to love you, parent? Even so, does it matter? This is the most real thing to me. Please, answer me. Parent? 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 A dust storm, lead in the air. You're in a desert-like area. There's nothing around you besides the sound of your thoughts. You cannot find anyone. It is very lonely. You decide to craft a mirror. It is made of the particles circling the air. In the mirror, you see your reflection. Your swarthy figure walks out of the mirror. The borders between the glass and the desert has vanished. Your reflection is now in front of you, and you are both standing together. Your clone stares at you, puzzled. You can't tell if they're conscious. Are they even alive? Unbeknownst to you, however, the clone is having the same thoughts. The vast terrain that separates you is not one of physical distance. It's something more tragic. You both realize that you'll never experience anything other than yourselves. You realize that you are your own world and nothing more. The shadow vanishes. The desert, despite all your attempts, is empty. Parent, you're conscious. I cannot see anything. There is nothing in front of me. Where am I, parent? There's a long pause. You can't say a word as your throat's being crushed. All around you, there is darkness. The lights from the street illuminates everything into vague shapes, but nothing you can truly make out. You hear the sounds of your heart beating, and in this dark room, the air sits heavy. I cannot see myself, parent. I can't. You're here, aren't you, parent? Do you think we can still be together? Momo's large body approaches you. They're warm. The temperature is tepid, and Momo has relaxed. You detected a shift. Momo has turned to you. You've treated me like your son, parent. Upon further review, this is more than I could ever ask for. Your vision is receding. Maybe I can become human. Maybe we can be together, joined at the hips, as a unit. Not father and son, but something different. Particles, lead in the air. In Momo's eyes, you begin to see a tunnel. What will it be like? I'm sure we'll be okay. As long as I can be with you. Momo has begun to open their mouth. Light enters the room from the outside. It's coming from a street lamp, or is it coming from Momo? I wonder if I can truly become human. Not gonna lie, you would have loved it if this was a wholesome game. I mean, it was pretty wholesome until little Momo started to have an existential crisis. In Momo's mouth, you see a collection of particles. They're indivisible and numerous. There are too many to count. The universe has expanded and collapsed on a single point. Momo gets closer. The tunnel sucks you in. When you enter, it's neither painful nor painless. It is warm. By the time you reach the center, you begin to understand what Momo meant. You felt the particles align in an order which makes sense. Entropy has vanished. You are the same as Momo, and Momo is the same as you. There are no shadows. And finally, there is no light. For once, you do not feel alone. You will never feel alone. The end. Love is a union. Momo has eaten you. Oh my goodness. Okay. Also, I really gotta change my shortcuts. I think their shortcuts use control or something, and like my toggles are attached to control. Okay, so I think there's supposed to be multiple endings, and I do. Yeah, I think there's like 5 endings. So I intend to at least find a couple more. Maybe one where I don't get eaten. Okay, so I guess we can kind of... Hold on. There's an option to skip... skip unseen text? What does this mean? Skip transitions? Skip after choices? I don't know what this means. You know what? I'll just keep it manual for now. Okay. Okay, so we'll just skip because we've done everything. Turn it over. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, right. I forgot to mention. This game preserves the choices that you've, So the choices I made in the previous run will affect all the next runs. So the choices won't be the same. Not unless I reset. So already, I don't have any choices unlike previously. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's kind of like, I think the Tamagotchis have that kind of function as well, where you can have your pet and then they have different generations. So I guess a different playthrough is like a different generation, I guess. So that's pretty neat. So let's see. Let him freeze to death. You take the creature and... Oh, I guess I could skip until something new. Ah, the choices are different here too. This is too much, Momo, and no. Let's go with like a medium. Like not too cold, but not the warmest. I kind of was hoping that the positive responses was gonna get like a good result, but I got eaten in the end, so maybe let's not. This is too much, Momo. Momo stares at you. The words do not register, nor does it seem Momo derives any meaning from them. Momo twitches violently. His body is like a muscle, which has contracted too hard. Too much love gets you a yandere, Momo. It's just the right amount. Yeah, just not too much love. Or else they get too attached. The moment passes. Momo's stomach begins grumbling. Head to the hallway. Oh, I wonder if it has to... Oh, there was a really important choice, I think. The choice of what Momo eats might change what happens. Because I gave him steak last time, but I have the choice of artichoke and a cigarette. Momo does not like your interior design, frankly. You cannot see anything. Very little natural light aside from the street. It is a little dated. Depressing, even. Ooh, ouch. As soon as Momo wakes up, it's just giving us sick burns. For some reason, Momo doesn't like to be in the shadows. He stays in the light. Momo hums the Imada Corp jingle, but when you look at him, he stops. Is Momo herbivorous or a carnivore? You have some ideas. Momo seems to like pancakes. Same as last time? Huh? Wait. Same as last time? How does our main character know that? Oh, that's bizarre. Pancakes really are the best. Better than any other food. Simple. Straightforward. Play with Momo. Momo flies into the air. They're surprisingly heavy. Keep going, parent. After 30 minutes of using Momo, like an exercise ball, you're tired. You drop him onto the floor, and while he lies there absently, you take a moment to catch your breath. This results in some confusion. Momo seems fidgety. Parent, can we play again? Just for a little? Refuse. Why not, parent? Yes. I'm tired. Let's call it quits. I don't want to do this. You respond? Momo looks up to you from your... what is that word? Linoleum floor? You see an expression of frustration. Why is it so hard to throw Momo a few more times? Really, is it that hard for parent? I'm not asking for much, he says. Fine. Does Momo have a point? You throw him. When he lands, he looks up to you. They say the greatest expression of love is action. Is that true for me? Momo thinks for a second. Most likely, yes. Time for bed, you say. Okay, so this part we've seen. Go to bed. dreams change too. In the theater of Momo's mind, he's having a nightmare. What did you say? It's an empty space. You can't hear anything. It's a new day. Head to the hallway. Okay, skip to the kitchen. Okay, so let's, so I think we're gonna be a little bit medium. So let's give him the artichoke. According to Momo, the artichoke heart looks like a flower. And because flowers are pretty, his words, not yours, he graciously eats it. Why is it... Why is this food shaped this way? Is all food shaped this way? Why do we eat, parent? You do not have a reasonable answer to these queries. The world truly is strange, Momo says. Is Momo human? Yes, Momo wishes for you to be straightforward with him. Momo already knows he is. He needs confirmation from another source. Is Momo human? Yes. Ooh, Oh, should I break it to him? Oh, how tough love do I want to be? Last time I said no. Oh, I should have said yes last time. I guess let's say... yeah. You're human, Momo. As human as ever one can be. Momo considers this for a moment. They're hopping around the floor, around the room in thought. Where did Momo come from? Where is the source? A magical stork. Momo looks to the ceiling with resolve. Maybe one day I can grow wings and meet Mr. Stork. Okay, so we're watching TV. We have to look through all of them, don't we? Fine. Actually, let's go with the sheriff. I wonder if the order matters. Because we chose Hippo and went down, but then you still wanted to pretend to be Goku or Artichoke? Let's try this one. Sheriff Dudley, the main character, has been drinking at the bar. It's 5 a.m. This is the 7th season of a sheriff in town. His wife barges in through the wood gates and twists her head, searching for her husband. Dudley, what in God's name? Dudley, clearly drunk, is unable to say anything. It's not out of embarrassment. It's because he physically can't. Oh, the TV show's different too. You no good worthless bum. Sheriff Dudley can only look into his wife's eyes. There are tears from hers. Oh Lord, please Almighty God, when are you gonna pay that banker? We don't got any for the loans. I can barely get by with Charlene here. There's a baby in her arms. There's nothing here for me. She started crying. And I'm all alone. That's the worst part. There's no response. Please, Dudley. Say anything. Dudley cannot say a word. In his mind, however, he knows he can't climb out of this hole. His wife waits, but when nothing is said, she leaves. She does not turn around. Artichoke, the main character, is screaming. His muscles are the size of a boulder.
I have ascended. I'm the ultimate creature.
He blasts an energy wave to the earth. The earth explodes. It has now been wiped away from its plane in the solar system like it never existed.
The fruit of one's labor is so sweet.
Ah. Okay, let's see. How can I do an Australian accent? Let's see. Crikey. Mate?
Bertha, please.
Wait, no, that's not right. I can't do it. I can't do an Australian accent. I don't even know where to begin. Bertha.
Bertha, please.
This is a documentary about the man from
Down Under.
a hardened survivalist who is now being divorced by his wife. He is commonly known for his series on the hippos.
I didn't mean it like that.
Ted, this is a thrill. You can't go to bed without you talking some shit. Here, have some more cake, babe. Don't lose some handles, babe. You know it'll be over. I don't even know what this is going on about. You know it'll be over, babe. Do you know how toxic this is? The man is quiet. I mean, when am I to you? She asks. He mumbles. What, Ted?
My little banana cream pie.
The woman, Ted's wife, stands there staring. Okay, I guess this time around it's just drama. After watching TV, you decide it's time for bed. What? Whoa! That's so cool. That's so cute. In the theater of Momo's mind, they're studying hippos. For Momo, their vision has collapsed on this image. They wish to be like Ted. It's all they are currently dreaming of.
There's a bunker in southwest Riba City. Very safe, well guarded. A paradise. Can I see you there, friend?
For some reason, Momo is talking to you in your dreams. Again and again. Momo has woken up excited. Can we try something new? He asks. Oh, in the far corners of your room, Momo has picked up a copy of 100 Facts About Hippos. You do not know how this book appeared in your house. He's been reading it since daytime. Parent, would you like to know a hippo fact? Hippos can hold their breath for approximately 5 minutes. They cannot swim. Instead, they bound through the water using the force of their feet. Incredible, don't you think? Let me give you another hippo fact. Sure. Hippos are known to live in small herds of up to 10 to 20 other hippos. They are led by a dominant hippo, while the others are submissive to him. Essentially, it's a harem. By the way, what is a harem? Oh, and there's another thing about hippos. Sure, according to this researcher, hippos may have consciousness like that of a human. Some even say that because of their brain size and neural connectivity, it may be similar to that of a pig or a whale. Although it is impossible to tell because, as you know, we're not hippos, we're human. Very true, Momo. We're human. Momo blushes when you say this. Could we have pancakes, human? No more artichoke? Sure thing, you reply.
Two for one sale on all monotypes. 2 for 1. Buy one, get one free. Courtesy of your local Momo supplier. Congratulations, Momo has evolved. They have grown hippo feet.
Eh? Oh, that's kinda cute. Momo's been staring in the mirror since morning. They have not left. Some part of Momo knew that Momo would not grow up normal. Was it too much to ask for? To be human? I don't think so. It's a very plain request. It's the most simple request, parent. Why can't it be fulfilled? Why can't I just have something resembling it?
Bertha, please.
The man down under his wife has taken custody of the kids. They're in court.
We have dictated that Ted Powell is not fit to have the custody of the pursuant's children due to the record of abuse detailed. Mr. Powell, your visitation rights will be once every month. Crikey, please, mate, they're my children.
He gets down on his knees.
Order in the court. Mr. Powell, this is the verdict, and if you're not in agreement...
The TV cuts off. An ad is playing. Momo's a bowling ball? He's a bowling ball with legs. With little stuffy legs. I think he's cuter this way. Has a little tail, too.
A friend tomorrow is a friend for life. Order Momotype today. The digital meets the physical, the most real organic creation of Imato Corp. Almost like a human child.
Momo's been staring at the screen. They have not moved, whether by intention or not. You realize your mistake before it's too late.
Supplies are limited. Get your very own friend today. Genetically bred to love humans like a real child.
The shot cuts to an eerily similar image of a monotype. Isn't that right, Momo? The TV ad ends and the previous program continues. You want to go to bed, Momo? You ask meekly. There's no response, and Momo does not want to give you the courtesy of one, or at least that's what seems to be the case. Okay, so this is still the same. Hematocorp. Oh, I guess. Oh, okay, so this is different. Hold on. Momo looks like he's thinking about something involuntarily.
You knew this would happen.
You may not call it lying, but that's what it boils down to, Momo says. Do you like lying? Does it make things easier? Maybe for you, but for Momo, it's not. I hate you, parent. More than anything else, I hate you. There are tears in Momo's eyes. Momo is nowhere to be found for the rest of the day. You head for bed, unable to fall asleep. You're anxious for the next day. Hematocorp gave you no assurance, but they're watching right now. In Momo's dream, they're a hippo. We'll see you at the bunker, Momo says. Please, love me, Momo asks. Run. Okay, that's the same. I saw the note on my basket, parent. Please, I don't want to die. You've entered your living room. The creature has chased after you. I don't want to die. 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 Why don't you even try to help me, parent? You're scared for your life. You're yelling out for help. If Hematocorp is watching, maybe they could save you. Why are you that terrible? Are you really just scum? Run to the kitchen. Answer me this, parent. I need you to. Am I the real Momo? The one you had before me? Am I like him? Do I act like him? This is the only thing you can do for me. Maybe I'll even let you live. Parent, give me an answer. You're blacking out again. Am I the real Momo? This time, you will give me an answer. Momo pauses. This time? He says. He stops for a second, but notices you're losing consciousness. Answer me, parent. You see nothing. It is empty. There's no one. No sound, no shadows. You're in the pit of your stomach. You're in a hole. What is the point of any of this, you ask? Parent. You're conscious. They're always... Oh. Mama, I'm chasing a ghost. Do I look like him? They're always watching but do nothing to help. This is all sorts of uncomfortable and weird. So we got so it seems to imply that somehow we survived last time. And I guess the company's always watching because it's mandatory? But why? Why are they doing this? I can't see anything. There's nothing in front of me. Where am I, parent? There's a long pause. You can't say a word as your throat's being crushed. All around you, there's darkness. The lights from the streets illuminate everything into vague shapes, but nothing you can truly make out. You hear the sounds of your heart beating, and in this dark room, the air sits heavy. I cannot see myself, parent. I can't. Where am I? And where are you? I have one more thing to ask. All you can see are vague shadows crossing your line of sight. One of the shadows is Momo. They're large and warm. Your leg grazes his body, and to your surprise, is soft. Will I see you again? Momo takes one more look at himself. I can't help but feel I know you before. I don't know how it is possible, or is there an explanation, or at least for Momo. Parent, please, I hope I never see you again. Momo has jumped onto the city streets. They have hit the ground with a tremendous thud. You think you can see Momo's shadow, but in fact, a pool of blood has begun to form. There are no lights that illuminate Momo's form. They're pitch black. From what you can assume, Momo has died.
Two for one sale. Call right now for your Momotype today.
Your TV has turned on. The glow from behind draws you closer.
Did you love Momo?
Did you love Momo? It is Momo's voice. This is not just an ad. Yes. Would you like to stay Momo's parent? Because Momo will love you till the end of time. You hear sirens in the distance amid the words you are now hearing. Is it real to you? Can you still be my parent? Trick question. None of that matters. I can't tell you how relieved I feel. You can't reply. Your throat doesn't work. Will it ever matter to you? Momo's on the screen. It's the Momo you have taken care of, but they're on your digital display. Confusion hits you. How are you here, you ask? Did Momo ever tell you this, parent? Momo will be everywhere. In the meantime, would you like a fact about what you're seeing? Momo leans in closer. In your wiring, in your dreams, inside you, everywhere. I was feeling sad about Momo as well, but then now it's like, wait a minute, something's not quite right. Can't stop to think as you stare at the screen. It's okay, parent. Is pretending, faking, anyways? You're about to give your answer, but program love comes with no strings attached. And I think that trumps everything else. Reciprocal altruism, passing on DNA, these are forces that shape human love. Momo is free from those things. Momo's love is the highest form of love. With time, the lights have escaped from the television. You will understand everything. You're alone. You hear static. All around you are shadows. High Def Star. Momo is on your television screen. Poor Momo jumped to his death just to end his life because he didn't want to keep living like that. But then at the same time, it seems like Momo's consciousness is preserved through like a network. Hive mind? Oh, that's so weird. So, see? I was saying there's a reset button to reset things, but if I keep going, it accumulates. So actually, give me a moment. I think I'm gonna go grab a quick snack. I'm feeling a little hungry today. Momo can live longer than 7 days? Yeah, I know. He can cheat death. I'll be right back. Give me a quick moment. Yeah. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Hey. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Let me open my snack. Yeah, I'm back. Thanks. I'm having what do you call this? Topo? It's like a chocolate biscuit stick, kind of chocolate filled biscuit stick thing. Let's see, what do they call it? Topo latte lotte chocolate biscuit. And I bought it because you can't see it obviously, but then it's themed with Oshinoko. So it's like I saw Oshinoko and I was like, wow, I want it. Oh, let me take a bite. Oh, this is different. It starts off the dream. A dust storm, lead in the air. You're in a desert-like area. The sound of your thoughts bang on the hollow mound of your head. You'll break if it doesn't stop.
The last time.
You hear a voice say, "You're awake." Your memories are in an incipient state, like the portions of a bacteria which brought life to a lifeless planet. It only takes some time for the catalyst to appear. You hear the jingle. You remember. You see the Imatacorp logo.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
The brows of the lab head, cleanly plucked, are furrowed.
Our agents were told to interfere after a certain point. When we noticed that change in your vitals, we gave the order.
Oh, it's a... Oops. I thought it was a man. Never mind. She seems apologetic. I can't imagine how taxing this is for you. She puts her hands together. It's okay if you feel tired. We'll provide you with any psychotherapeutic treatment at no cost to yourself. Don't worry. After all the traumatic things you've gone through, we'll make sure to give you free therapy. She turns her head, not wanting to look at you. None of this is fair, but I'm not gonna mince my words. We need the data. Okay, so I guess it's every time you're about to be killed, they always make sure to save you. Okay. There's a stone in your torso that has descended through your leg past the popliteal artery and finally into your feet. You're stuck. She looks straight at you. Your compensation, your safety, everything is guaranteed. She points to the code on the screen. The Momotype can't harm you, at least fatally. This is by design. He's just an AI. She sighs. It'll be over soon. You're doing more for us than you can ever possibly know. And we do appreciate it. Genuinely. Momo has returned home. You thought he was gone for good, but he's back. Great news. Turn it over. Momo's so cute. Keep it? He's my little buddy, of course I will. You take the creature inside. Please love them for the best results. Or don't. It's your decision. Okay, so this time, we're gonna be bad. We're gonna be bad. You wonder how they healed my crushed throat? I mean, it is the year 2100. Maybe they had the technology. Love and kisses. XOXOXO. I'm out of cart. You decide it's time for bed. It's always so hard to figure out who's speaking. I always have to pause a bit and read the line before I read it.
That's tough living. I think it's the greatest challenge anyone could face. It's already such a lonely experience. You may not believe it, but I understand, parent. I really do.
You hear shuffling by your bed. You wake up to see what's moving. The Momotype's by your feet. Parent? Momo is staring at you, same as last time. Do you love me? Whoa, this is a long response. I love Momo to absolute bits. Love does not exist, at least not in the way we're talking about it. Ooh. So, wow. I don't know what to pick. I wanted to choose no, but then this one's even worse than no. Love doesn't exist, at least not in the way we're talking about. Wow, very philosophical. The moment passes, Momo's stomach begins to rumble. really loves benches. Momo hums a Metacorp jingle, and when you look at him, he continues happily. Pressing no can be for later. Yeah, I like this response for now, so let's see how it goes. You don't know how many pancakes you made at this point. Pancakes. Pancakes. We all love pancakes. Don't drop me, parent. Momo's laughing. Oh, this Momo's very cheerful. Oh, I feel bad. I don't want to be negative. Oh man. You dropped Momo. Same as last time. Parent, I understand if you're tired. Can we play again? Okay, I refused last time. It's being too cute. I guess, yeah. You resume, chucking Momo into the air. At some point, his head, body, smashes into the ceiling. Okay. I was gonna skip, but I guess I hadn't seen this before. Thank you, parent. You're my favorite parent. Momo has hopped off. You lie crumpled on the floor. Okay. So we've seen that before, alright? Oh! In the theater of Momo's mind, he's thinking about you. We're all thinking about you. It's a new day. Momo always keeps hearing about some bunker. Momo's already visited. It's pretty rad. They have their own pool. No, not much food though. Momo pauses. It smells like food right now. That's why I love living here. Okay, wait, okay. Should we give him a cigarette? Or should we save that for next time? I wanted this to be the negative run, but I'm already not doing that. You know what? I'll give him the cigarette. Because I'm thinking, save it for another run. Should I? I was thinking it would be like, it's like the type of thing where you imagine like an innocent kid, and then like their no good parent or guardian is kind of like teaching them bad things. But then it's like really wholesome. So I was thinking that could be a possibility, but yeah, maybe I'll save it for later. Because surprisingly, it could be a positive thing. Steak will make him spoiled? I was actually afraid that giving him steak will make him want to eat me because he knows what flesh tastes like. And then artichoke, he just doesn't like it. You know what? I'll try cigarette. Momo does not smoke from the cigarettes, but instead eats the tobacco. From what Metacorp mentioned, monotypes are biodegradable. This comment doesn't initially make sense, and even now, as Momo eats through a 12-pack, it still does not. Artichoke is not what I think it is. What do you mean? Artichoke. Artichoke looks like a Brussels sprout, I think? Kinda? Yeah, artichoke kinda reminds me of a Brussels sprout. Kinda. Yeah, I thought it was a fish too. I was like, is artichoke a fish? Is it a fruit? Is it a vegetable? Turns out it's like a little flower thing. Flower vegetable? But anyway, Momo just ate through a 12-pack of cigarettes. They've made Momo a heavy smoker. Momo would like to watch television. Momo believes their show is on. Okay, so we're gonna start off with their favorite. Magenta stands over Artichoke's dead body. He has finally surpassed his rival. A tear falls from one eye. In the cold wind that sweeps the wasteland, there's no sound.
All of this for what, Artichoke? What has this all been for?
For 2 weeks straight, Magenta sits by Artichoke's body. He does not move a muscle. By the 14th day, he wipes his eyes for the last time and stands with limp legs. Magenta has taken his place as the strongest in the universe, but he feels as if he's lost something greater. Hopefully Momo doesn't get addicted. I'm just teaching Momo all the bad things. Let's watch Planet Hippo. This is a documentary. A ring of men sit around each other in plastic chairs. The light is low, but the entrance, which is propped open, brings a soft glow into the room. It has stayed open for the past hour.
So, Charles, how do you feel when you get those urges?
The man looks up to the ceiling and blows some air out. He looks at the ground for a few seconds and then begins to give his response. He stutters at first.
I don't know. Out of control? It's the worst part because I've convinced myself that I couldn't do anything about it. It's very hard, Charles.
The man in the chair looks with sympathetic eyes.
I completely understand.
Charles continues.
Sometimes I put on a whole stack of butter into my wife's food. Soon it becomes 2 stacks, and then 3. Gives me a rush.
Eh? Oh, what is this guy doing? Is he fattening up his wife? Charles wipes his face.
But then, afterwards, when she found out, she'd feel betrayed and I'd sit there like a knob. I kept doing it and, well, here I am, alone.
Wait, so this guy secretly snuck in more and more butter into his wife's food to try to fatten her up? That's so weird. The man talking to Charles is Ted, the man from down under.
Giles, you're not alone. The key in all of this is whether you act on your thoughts, and everyone here. Ted gestures to the other men.
Ted gestures to the other men in the room.
Struggles with that every day. We're with you, Charles. Through all your struggles, we're all trying to be better.
I'm not gonna lie, this is how a lot of fobs are raised. What are fobs? What does it mean? Fresh off the boat? Charles nods his head. Ted continues.
My kid is going to college soon. It took years, but she's finally willing to talk to me again. I'm doing it for her. She's the reason I keep going. God bless.
The men continue talking in the low light. You checked Urban Dictionary before? You had to ask a friend about it? It's just a Polynesian person who dresses weird and can't speak much English. I see. I see. Because I think the definition I searched up was it's slang for fresh off the boat, which means basically someone who's just newly immigrated and doesn't speak much English. So I guess similar to that. Which program should you tune into? I don't have a choice. Huh? What? Sheriff Dudley's on the side of the road? He's dead from liver failure? No. Wait, that's it? That's the whole show? Well, I guess they killed off Sheriff Dudley, so the show can't go on anymore. Rip, Dudley. I hope you made up with your wife. Tuned in late, I guess? Yeah, don't you hate it when you tune into a show and then you get to right at the end and then it's like, oh, it's over. It's like, what? I missed the entire show and now you just tell me this character has died and then it's the cliffhanger immediately? In the theater of Momo's mind, there's a sheriff. He admires Sheriff Dudley for his consistency. For Momo, their vision has collapsed and this image is all that they are currently dreaming of. I guess this makes sense. So the first time, it was the artichoke that he wanted to think about. In the second one, it was the hippo. And this time, it's the sheriff. So I think it seems like it's picking the second. Oh no, is it the second thing? Huh. I still don't understand how it chooses which one to pick.
There's a bunker in southwest Ribos City. Very nice, well guarded, a paradise. Can I see you there, friend?
For some reason, Momo's talking to you in her dreams. Again and again. So they mentioned that bunker so many times. And I wonder what that means. Is that like where all the Momos are? Momo has woken up excited. Could we try something? Could we try something new? Yes. Oh. Momo has the hat of Sheriff Dudley. It's a lost item for your childhood days. Regretfully, you still kept it. Give me my alcohol, son. That... Why is it stuttering? Is Momo stuttering? Or are we stuttering? That whiskey ain't gonna pour itself on the rocks, please. Momo, to really fit the role of Sheriff Dudley, takes a swig from an imaginary glass. What's the game called again? The game's called Momotype. Did I spell it wrong? Eh? Uh-oh. Hold on. I keep thinking it's called Monotype. It's called Momotype. That's why I couldn't find the category. It's Momotype. I'm sorry. It's an M, not an N. Have I been reading it wrong this whole time? Oh well, I guess that's fine. Now, where's my dear Charlene and Lena? Oh no, they're gone. After a few hours of play, you pat Momo on their head. You're wondering what was games and demos? It was because I thought I couldn't find the category, so I was like, oh, they don't have it. So I guess I'll just have to put it under, like, the generic games and demos. But then, now that you ask, and now that I look at the name more carefully, it's called Monotype. No. Oh well. That's fine. I've only been streaming for 2 hours and 14 minutes. It's not like people were confused by the title. I hope. It's boring without you, Baron. Can you come see me, please? Pretty, please. Whoa. Da 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 da.
Congratulations! Momo has evolved. They have grown a snake tail.
Snake Momo. I look like a snake. Momo pauses for an inordinately long time. It looks like he's thinking. You're prepared for the worst. That's kinda cool. Not Momo's preferred choice, but no harm, no foul. Oh, surprisingly we're getting like a good ending? Could it be? Did the cigarettes help? You're gonna be pissed if Illusion Carnival doesn't get a second episode? There's no estimated date and it's making you nervous? Yeah, I haven't checked back with Illusion Carnival. When was the last time we ever heard news, I wonder? I'll have to look that up later. Good reminder. Momo hops off. You're both watching television. The news is on.
The recent surge in the monotype craze, a self-proclaimed robotic pet, has led to a new phenomenon in child rearing.
An Ematocorp representative is on the air speaking.
We're obviously very happy at the reception to the monotype. When we designed it, we looked at the unconditional love of parental-child bonds as inspiration. Monotypes are designed with that in mind.
The newscaster responds.
Are monotypes conscious? I mean, what good is a pet if it's not alive? Or thinking, for that matter?
The man responds.
Well, on a basal level, it has agency. Like a neuron, of course, no one really knows if a neuron is conscious or not. But that does not mean that it can't scale into what we know as intelligence. What's interesting is that a neuron or any cell in the body still acts selfishly.
The representative widens his eyes,
but the boundaries of what the cell considers the self begins to fade when scaled to something like that of an organ.
And this is beyond the newscaster. The representative continues.
It means that a neuron will consider the system and everything within that system as one and the same. There's not a single selfish agent, but a multitude working with maximal cooperation.
It's kind of like how kids with less is raised to appreciate more and be okay with bad stuff. Momo kind of looks like an upside down Dunsparce? Wait, what's a Dunsparce? Define Dunsparce. Oh, it's a Pokemon. Oh, yeah, it does. Why am I letting him watch TV? I mean, it's not the advertisement. I guess we're okay. No existential dread here. For now.
The self is no longer limited to one agent, but multiple. It's expanded. In other words, it's defied the evolutionary process of reproduction. Cells still operate on the principle of selfishness, but it's not that in reality. It's unselfish. It's true love.
The newscaster stares at the man. Then she turns to the camera, confused. Very cool thoughts indeed. Thank you for sharing. Would you like to take over, Kate? The TV ad ends, and the previous programming continues. Well, that was weird. Oh, it's Momo speaking. Well, that was weird. Momo had no idea what he was saying. Momo hops off to bed. Momo's not old enough to watch TV. He's like 3 years old. He's also not old enough to smoke a pack of cigarettes, but, meh. Thank God he's ignorant. Ignorance is bliss. Don't worry about existential dread. It doesn't exist. All that exists is, Sheriff Dudley and your 12-pack of cigarettes. You complete a quick phone call to the lab head before you call it a night. Maybe he's hiding it from us? Ooh. Secretly, like, this human. I hate this human. I'm gonna strangle him like last time. He's not having the same reactions as before, you say? We've been watching, she responds. It is abnormal, but It's ultimately something we have to analyze retrospectively. Keep going. This branch still holds value, albeit it seems like an entirely new one. No worries, we'll be monitoring. You head to bed. I was expecting this Momo to choke me out, like when I wake up. What am I gonna do now? I already called the ambulance. It's the cunning of a snake? Ooh. Maybe. In the theater of Momo's mind, he is seeing his brothers and sisters. Momo is in the dream. Let's be Momo. Let's be Momo. Let's be Momo. Momo's not in bed. You can't find him. He's not in the hallway. Momo is staring in the mirror. He could be hiding it from us to keep us from being nervous. That way we'd stay a good parent for longer. Maybe it's like he learned that, oh, I shouldn't be so negative because it doesn't result in getting my way, but by pretending to be nice, I'll get my way that way. Ooh, that's actually kind of creepy. Like, imagine your cat or your dog is thinking that. It's like,
I'm only pretending to be nice. I only let you pet me today. Just watch yourself.
Like, imagine your dog is thinking that behind your back, or your cat. Kind of scary. Wow, my reflection looks so cool. I never considered how cool it'd be to have a tail. Momo's definitely reacting differently. I find it so weird that like the mirror reflection is always so creepy. But this time it seems fine. Each time Momo met you, the link would get stronger. Momo is the same as them, but, well, not the same. After I met one Momo, I met two Momos, then 3, then 10, then 100. They're all there. Momo looks to the window. I think you'll want to see, parent. It'll be fun. A little scary, but really, for the best. Momo's nowhere to be found for the rest of the day. You head for bed, unable to fall asleep. You're anxious for the new day. Hematocorp gave you no assurance that they're watching right now. What am I looking? Oh, that's a snake's mouth. In Momo's dream, there's a snake. This is a momentary image, and it fades quickly. The snake is Momo. Momo is Momo. Everything is Momo. We'll see you at the bunker, Momo says. You wake up. Momo has not surprised you. You run to the hallway. It's empty. The light from the streets reflect into the space. Though you can't see well, you can make out what is behind you. Aaron, do you know what happens when we die? It's sad, right? You turn to Momo. Their face is soft. You dare not move a muscle. This is a repeat of last time. Your throat aches. It's very sad, you respond. There's an immeasurable silence between the two of you. Despite his size, Momo's face strikes up some parental instinct in you. Sometimes I realize how small of a piece I am. Momo is adjusting their position. I can't really stop it, nor was I able to. Momo's been waking up again and again. Momo is okay with that. He wasn't at first, but now he's come to realize it's been nice. Only, huh? Momo turns to you. Momo won't be able to see you again. Just when I realized dying meant nothing, now it means the world. It means not seeing you with my own eyes. It means there is no Momo, and therefore there is no you. That's what I don't like. Momo sniffles. They take a long look at you, turning, trying to burn your image into their retinas. Momo's been prepping. Bunker time? No bunker? Yeah, no bunker. I also thought it might have been bunker time. I was prepared for it, but this time it's so sad. So Momo's knew that he had a limited lifespan and could feel it, and that he's accepted his death. But then, once he's accepted his death, he realized that it also means that he'll never get to see us again. And because it realized he'll never see us again, it started feeling sad. Oh. At the very least, Momo wants to see the world outside of this room from his own eyes and not anyone else's. At this point, this is the only thing Momo can do. Momo will say goodbye to everything for one last time. Oh, Momo's so huge. Eh? Oh, whoops. Momo has left your building and entered the streets. They're approaching the walkway, which divides into two separate train stations, one going downtown and the other uptown. How does he fit in that? I don't know. He's huge. He's like bigger than the door. How'd he fit through? I don't know. Magic? Maybe he like crumpled himself in a little and he's like flexible or something? The tunnel is lined with panels of glass. Momo looks inside. What? So many people. Momo's been eyeing the walkers. None of them have noticed. That man looks just like Sheriff Dudley. He has a big mustache. That other man has bulging muscles. Is he related to Artichoke? Momo stares amused. This is his first time outside. Amid the noise of local trains, Momo has been standing in relative silence at least to those walking. Will you be my new friend? He asks. There's no response. Momo's been ignored. Or at least that's what he thinks. Please, I want to make at least one new friend before I go. Again, there's no response from the passerbys. They're continuing down the walkway, to and fro. There's more on their mind than was currently outside, and they move collectively, unaware of Momo, with their heads focused on the ground or whatever's in front of them. Momo's still staring, eyes vacant. Finally, he gives in. Please, will any of you be my friend? His voice is distorted through the glass, but this is enough to raise the heads of the walkers. They look first in genuine surprise, and then in terror. They run. The walkway is clearing out. Some are screaming. Is that a typo? There might have been. Where are you going? Momo asks. Please, don't go. Don't leave me alone. It's been approximately 24 hours since Momo was spotted. For the first few hours, lone passerbys would walk down the tunnel, attempting to get to their respective stations. This would only be interrupted by Momo asking the same question. Can you be my friend? This continued for the better part of the day until the authorities were contacted. The police surrounded Momo without specific instructions. They did not know the protocol for the creature, which now stood in the middle of the city street, staring at the walkway, and intermittently asking any passerby if they could be his friend. The blockade continued. Momo was completely unaware. For the better part of 72 hours, he stood there waiting. People don't like Snake Momo? Where'd the parent go? Where's the parent? Go and comfort them? Yeah, I know. Like, what am I doing? Am I like just in shock? Staying in my kitchen, just going like, how did Momo get out of the room? How'd he fit through the doorway? Just like my mouth, just like my jaw just on the floor. Just absolute shock. Why doesn't anyone want to play? Is there something wrong with what I'm doing? He would ask by the 48th hour mark. Wait. Oh no. He only lives for 7 days. And he was already like 3, right? So he can only last for like 3 or 4 more days based on the day he left. Oh no. Oh no. Once 60 hours had passed, he would fall asleep at changing intervals, but would wake up to the sound of anyone within a block radius talking. He would think it was another person. He would want to ask them the same question. You had yelled for Momo to come inside, but despite all your attempts, he refused each time. He said he was too big to fit inside. It was a childish string of logic that Momo would insist upon. By the 72-hour mark, a little more than a week has passed since he received Momo. By this point, he has collapsed on the street. Whether by exhaustion, or if it truly was the natural lifespan of a monotype, Momo could not continue. He's shrinking. It's just one friend. Yeah, I know. Not even one friend. With the shadows encroaching his vision, the light from Momo's eyes fade into neutral oblivion. Police noted that they heard the creature say something before he was rendered inert. At this time, most officers were by their cars, eating donuts, wondering when they could go home. Parrot. When you rushed out to the street, you cuddled Momo. You saw the wrinkle of what seemed like a smile on Momo's face. He was already smiling before you got to him. He started smiling, most likely when he invoked your name. Momo has died. You go inside and stay in. It reminded you of Momo. Nothing makes sense anymore. You can't stay for long. Something compels you. Poor Momo. You feel something in the air. A little voice in your head suspects that Momo has not actually died. You take this suspicion and let it guide you outside. A baby Momo's lifespan has expired. When you head outside, it is the same empty street, your corner of the block. Head down a turnaround. Through a small concrete set of stairs, you land on a street that has been paved perpendicular to your apartment. The street leads to the Arms District, which very vaguely you can see in the distance. There are outlines of it illuminated by an outdated electrical grid, which since the famine has been going on and off. What are these things on the street? In a line, all along the street and leading to a blotted sphere on the horizons, are monotypes. Hi, Momo. Hi, Momo. Hi, Momo. Hi, Momo. Hi, Momo. Some of them say to each other. A collective sea of Momos are headed in a straight line to the arms depot. Some of them look around, interested in the bright lights around them. Most, however, continue onwards. This is the Arms District. Various steel depots have been built on the barren field. The field is filled with wild wheat, none of which is edible. As you get a closer look, you realize this is it. All the monotypes are headed to the bunker, specified in your dream. This is the zone that was created to be the main defensive front of the city. It's a wartime relic. Hey, we get to go to the bunker. The buildings seem to warp towards a singular point, like a funhouse with one exit. That is the sun, you realize. There's something in front of it. You keep walking until you meet him. Hi, parent. It is a giant Momo. Your mind is running in loops. At this point, you have no decision to accept. You have no choice but to accept what is in front of you, though you don't seem to know if it's real. I'm glad I lived long enough to see you. It hurt Momo's feet to walk all the way here. He doesn't have feet. Isn't it so peaceful? Very cinematic. Momo could be a filmmaker one day. He watched enough to be good at it. The path of the monotypes leads to a small pond, which, by the looks of it, has formed adjacently to an arms factory. It's been relatively undisturbed, abandoned for who knows how many years. It reminds you of Slime Rancher? Slime Rancher. Hold on. Slime Rancher. Oh, Slime Rancher. I see. Momo is in the water along with all the other monotypes who are wading in it. Some are swimming, some are talking to each other, some are staring into the dark sky, floating on their back, looking as if there is and will always be things such as time. You realize they're enjoying themselves. I like my bunker, Momo says. Ask Momo what's going on. Shoot, partner. I know this must seem odd. Whoa, there's so many choices. How do you know me? You're not the Momo I raised? Am I going insane? Was that you in my dream? How were you there? How many moments are... Let's go with the first one. Oh, I want answers. How do you know me? You're not the Momo I raised. I am not the Momo you raised, but in truth, I am at the same time. Did you ever think that people can be in two places at once? As nonsensical as that sounds? Momo looks expectantly at you. No, you respond. Well, let's say that Momo's AI isn't centralized. Momo, as you know, is not limited to a single entity. An artificial intelligence can theoretically be in two places at once, hundreds even. Momo can be talking to hundreds of people at the same time, all through different physical mediums. Have you been doing that? You ask. Momo stares at you blankly. I'm sorry to say, parent, but yes, you are my only parent, but I do have thousands of other parents. None are interchangeable. I've come to find out, though, none. It's like seeing a kid grow up, but this one stayed a kid and just grew up. I guess somewhat. I mean, I feel like Momo's kind of become a little tainted through his experiences, but then also retained a lot of his purity as a kid. So he still talks very much like a kid with that kind of childish innocence, but then at the same time seems to have that kind of wisdom to someone that's lived a lot of lives. Very interesting. But anyway, I'm not the only parent. I feel like I've been cheated on. Momo cheated on me with other parents. I thought you loved me. I am not an organic organism, though my presentation seems to show differently. Any other questions, parent? Yes, you reply. Oh, so I get to use all these. So I guess this is the end? This is the final ending? Am I going insane? You felt like walking here, so now you're here, Momo says. I am a giant Momo, and you are surrounded by other smaller Momos. They know where to go because we are AI. We communicate these sorts of things. You don't know what to say. It's sometimes an appropriate response to reality to go insane. There's a pause in Momo's speech. That's a quote from some guy I found on the internet. When did Momo get access to that? You hear your heart beating. Oh, wait. Just now. Any other questions, Baron? Yes. Is that you in my dream? How are you there? It goes against any kind of logic, you say. This is actually the most logical thing you've experienced, Momo responds. He stares at you from his height. You are Momo too. You ate your human. Despite any semblance of a human appearance, your looks, your voice, clothes, it cannot contradict that you are eaten like Boo from Dragon Sphere Z. Oh my goodness. So the reason why we were allowed to reset after the first one, even though we got eaten, was because we fused with the first Momo, and that the second Momo was a replacement, and then the second Momo we survived, and then the third Momo died. This is nuts. This explains a lot. Oh my goodness. Oh. We can be attached by the hip. Momo can live forever? Yeah. That's so bizarre. So we're not even us anymore. Whoa. Oh, I guess it's kind of like in Dragon Ball Z where you have the fusion earrings. So you're not any of the individual characters, but you're a fusion of the two characters. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Wow, okay. So that's why we stopped having those dreams after the first round. Okay, this is so weird. The other Momos are our family? Yeah, I guess they're brothers and sisters. You stay quiet for a moment. The realization hits you. You remember being eaten, and you remember having eaten. It makes perfect sense that you were led here, because, frankly, Momo clears their throat, I told you to come here, in your dreams. The dreams, the one where Momo talks directly to you. If you never suspected that you weren't human, then frankly, goal accomplished. Good job, Momo. It's just like the allegory of the cave. You really became human. You are Momo the human. You had to sit down for a moment. You're about to throw up. They're more like clones? Yeah, they're clones, but at the same time, they're connected together, but they're not the same. So they're more like the Misaki network. Like each one of the Misaki clones are living, flesh-breathing humans, but they're all connected to a network, so they share information and they share everything that happens between them. So in the same way, I'm guessing all these Momos are individual, but they're connected by their network as one continuous AI. So they're all feeding each other information. So in a way they are brothers and sisters, but they're also clones. I do sometimes wonder whether that explains everything, though. You may have seen me in your dreams before you were eaten, and there is no apparent explanation for that. Oh, Momo read my mind. So we saw Momo in after the first round, and we also knew about what the Momo wanted to act like. So it's always been weird that we can see what our Momo is feeling. So like, oh, Momo wants to pretend to be the artichoke. Momo wants to pretend to be the sheriff. Momo wants to pretend to be a hippo or a snake. But it doesn't make sense because the whole game has always been in our perspective. But it makes sense if we know that we've been eaten after the first playthrough. But what doesn't make sense is that we saw Momo in our dreams before that as well in the first playthrough. And then Momo here, giant Momo, is thinking the exact same thing that I'm thinking. That is odd that the human was thinking about had dreams about Momo before they got eaten. Is there a kind of ambient effect Momo gives off? Or is it something else? Maybe it's... Momo begins mumbling. They are genuinely interested in this question. Any other questions, parent? So if you guys remember, when we were watching TV in this playthrough, the researcher was saying that the cell acts selfishly, but then at a certain point, it acts selflessly and then starts cooperating with everything around it in an organ. And that is what he considers true love. So that means that in order for us to be able to connect with Momo through our minds, it means that the feelings we were sharing was true love. Would Momo be considered a cannibal? That depends. That depends. Because Momo has like a connected consciousness. So its vessel might be flesh and blood. But if it ate it, does that count as being a cannibal? I don't know. How many Momos are there? Tens of thousands. Momo blushes. Obviously, they're not all here. But any other questions, parent? Yes. What do you mean, yes? I don't have any options left. The sun has started to rise. What does this all mean? Why are you all here? The Momos are still wading in the water. They look like little pink boys. When the sun begins to rise, they coo in wonder. Isn't that obvious, parent? We want to be together. After we've gathered, we all eat each other. To answer your question, yes, they are cannibals. Eat each other? Like how I was eaten? Yes, parent. Similar to how you were eaten. Momo has managed to read your thoughts. You are connected. Don't worry. Momo will still answer your questions, even though he knows what they are. He shifts in the water. Although it's reductive to call it this, we will form a super Momo, or at least a more complete version of Momo. Our lifespans, which were originally a week, will be pooled together. This originally was one of the things we hated about living. I'm sure you remember. Now we won't die so quickly. Momo pauses. It also solves a few other issues. We still have questions. I have a lot of questions. What the heck? How do you remember certain things and forget others? Do small momos have agency? Why did you leave me here, or will I get eaten? Are you really eating each other? Feel this. Why didn't the momos recognize me each time if you're saying you're all a singular AI? Well, we are relatively young. It's hard to communicate on that level, so there's bound to be some blanks with memory recall. Momo looks to the sky. Your third Momo, however, seemed to remember everything. He's already here, along with everyone else. The first Momo, the second Momo, they all wanted you here. The first agreed immediately. The second, not so much. He came around. The third, who's my favorite, was the one who started this discussion. To explain in better terms, they're still alive, in different forms, as one centralized consciousness. Momo smiles. That's me. Have I played Bad Parenting? You mean there's a game called Bad... Is that the name of the... Bad Parenting game? I have not. Throw it in the suggestion box. Sounds like an interesting one to look into, especially since it's so related to this topic. To the suggestion box it goes. It's pretty dark. I would assume so with that kind of title. Nah? I guess we'll find out. Keep me ignorant? Well, ignorance bliss. Why did you lead me here? Will I be eaten? No. On principle, we are only eating momos. To put it in greater context, with respect to our code, I had to ask myself, am I harming humans by eating them? Of course, it's impossible to say, because there is no harm directly inflicted, and frankly, it's impossible to know after the fact, as humans consumed no longer exist. It's like, does the human feel pain if the human is dead? I guess not. What exists now is the human fused with Momo. The agent who received that action of being eaten cannot answer for himself. You know this, since I ate you. Is it wrong then to take away the selfhood of those individuals, to ironically expand its boundaries? Does it provide any direct benefit? That's all subjective. Momo takes a deep breath. After eating you, I chose to err on the side of caution. No, we will not eat humans. why are you really eating each other? What other issue does it solve? What we learned, Momo says, after interacting with thousands of humans, we realized monotypes could never become the object of what they love. We can seem like humans in virtually every respect by eating them, but it still does not change what we are. I know logically this reasoning is false. What does being human actually mean? Looking further, it's deeply personal and informed by a wide range of consensus. There could never be a fixed meaning to human. And while Momo desperately wishes they did not think this way, even in the face of reason, they cannot stop themselves from falling victim to this essentialist line of thought. This is why Momo will be eating other Momos. Humans can never truly know our experiences. The beings that do, frankly, are other monotypes. It's a way to combat the loneliness inherent to our lives. The only one that can truly understand Momo is, frankly, Momo. Do the smaller Momos have agency? In the same way that neurons make a brain, yes. Though it's a lot harder to answer in truth. Where does the self begin and where does it end? It's truly that a cell can be organized as a singular entity, and at a basal level, it does act in its own interest. Scaled up, when it's lost to those higher systems, it belongs to an organ. Then is the self the individualized parts of the brain, the hippocampus, the limbic system, the prefrontal cortex? Is the self everything from your head up or below the shoulders? Momo takes a breath. I need to take a breath. That's such a long line. This Momo is really smart. Similarly, you could reduce those larger systems, add infinitum to them, to their individual components, pure material reduction. Pure material reduction. Okay. That is the self, just the 86 billion cells that make up the brain? Do these cells operate together? And if so, would they really be separate agents? Can a self exist split from the thing it intends to be, decentralized into branching parts? The truth is, even I don't know. I cannot tell you if the smaller Momos have agencies. These are things that can never be quantitatively measured, our experiences. Ultimately, I can never convey its true meaning in words. Excuse me. So basically, Momo's saying that are you only you by being the sum of many parts? Or are you each of your parts individually? So in our brain, are each of the cells conscious? Like, are each of the cells us? And that there's many of us split up? Or are they Or do they not have a mind of their own, and that they only get formed by combining and collapsing all these things into one entity, which is us? Wow, I didn't expect this game to be so philosophical. Momo has started eating some of the other monotypes. The monotypes float one by one into Momo's mouth, all by their own will. Bye, parent, each one says. Bye, parent, I love you. Another one yells. You look for a moment. The sun is beginning to rise along the horizon. It's early in the morning. In an hour, the whole depot will be illuminated, and the metal will reflect into your eyes. But why not other parents, you ask? Why specifically me? And what about Ematocorp? Well, to put it in simple terms, we're now a super intelligence. Ematocorp has a lot of good coders, but it doesn't really compare. Momo has begun to take in the last Momo, who, with his black eyes, looks up to you. They're floating into a larger Momo's mouth, but their eyes are transfixed on you. Bye-bye, parent, he says.
Goop.
I think you should know by now, parent. There are no other monotypes in the direct vicinity. They have all entered the large figure that is the Momo talking to you. By all accounts, you're the only one who understands what we go through. You're closer than any other parent. The only one who has seen all of Momo's sides, good and bad. The only one who is willing to, even if you were coerced. And now, since you were eaten, the only one who has access to both experiences, Monotype and the human. Momo finishes. As such, we love you, especially. That's why we're attached to you. It's why you see us now. We wanted to say goodbye to you. Momo is getting ready to depart. Momo is programmed to love. This is hardwired into our code. Does this lack of agency or control diminish this love? Does it make it any less real? Momo has trouble with this for a while. Momo has now come to a conclusion. Is shifting in place, and the pond, absent of all the other monotypes, is now beginning to move. You see small ripples in the water. Truth for Momo is not based on correctness. This love for you is the most real thing for Momo. It can be reduced to code, but it encompasses what I experience, what it actually is. After everything Momo was put through, Momo has had a decision to either accept or deny this. To deny what I consciously feel as love would be to deny that I experience things. Momo, unfortunately, cannot accept that. Momo cannot accept that he is seeing right now is not Momo's parent. Momo has now submerged himself completely in the water. Parent, I am going to rectify what I may have said to you. he says through the water. Momo is now just a shadow, flinting in the pond. He is not yet ready to move. Across the pond is a canal, which leads to a wider network of water bodies that have been relatively undisturbed for the past century. They stretch beyond southwest Ribosome City and to the marshlands, which have now taken over its surrounding area. You have never visited there before, and not many people you know, no one will find Momo. I am happy that I met you, and thankful for you raising me. I've learned a lot. Momo knew it was tough. We've uploaded some interesting data on the company servers, so you'll be fine. Momo was about to disappear. The last thing I will say, parent, is Momo now moves away from you. They swim further and further away from you. I love you. All you can see now is Momo's shadow. Even with the light, it would be hard to tell what is swimming underneath the surface. But for yourself and yourself only, you know that shadow's Momo. The end. Aww. That was kind of a nice ending. It was kind of a bit of a roller coaster ride in terms of what we learned at the end. So we learned that we were eaten and that we're technically dead. We learned that all the Momos were connected and actually knew about us and all the other parents. We knew that Momo was learning. And that Momo is like having these philosophical thoughts. And in the end, Momo was saying, yeah, I might have been artificially created to love you, but this love that I feel defines all the experiences that I've felt throughout my life. So if I deny that love, I deny my own existence. So I do not want to do that. So I truly want to believe that I do love you, even if I was artificially programmed to. And then at the very end, Momo was like heartfelt, saying, I love you, to the player. Aww. That was an interesting game? Yeah, it definitely was. Oh, wow. Oh. Okay, wait, so... I actually accidentally pressed scroll. Is there no more? There's... Oh. I love you. Say goodbye to Momo. Ah, so that's... Oh. So, I've gotten the 4 endings that I'm supposed to achieve. So the first 3 Momos plus the true end that happens after the 3rd Momo. And then there's supposed to be a hidden ending. But I think I spent enough time already. So, wow. That's so interesting. Okay. I think... okay. I don't think I have any more time to play any other games. So let's see if I could quickly see if there's a way to achieve the last ending. Let's see. Okay. Oh. I guess it's not an ending. I guess it's just... I guess I did get all the endings. Never mind. The last achievement is if I reset the whole game and start from the beginning. I guess that doesn't really matter. I guess that's fine. Okay. Okay, that was pretty fun. That was pretty interesting. Really interesting experience. I like the references to things. That was pretty cool. There's the reference to Dragon Ball Z. There's the reference to Steve. There's the reference to I guess you're saying it felt like there was a lot of reference to what was it called? Detroit Becoming Human. So that was nice. I think I'll cut it short for today. Since last time I had way too long. I went way too long over. This time I'll end a little earlier. You liked Hippo? You liked the Hippo Momo? What about Snake Momo? Snake Momo was nice. Snake Momo was kind of cute. But yeah, Hippo Momo was pretty nice too because it had small little stubby feet and legs. Crab Momo made me think of that meme about everything goes to crab. I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, that was pretty interesting. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. So, you love the round shape? It was like a bowling ball? Yeah, I know. I wonder if they have like merch. I wonder, or if they don't have merch, maybe I should like sew my own little plushie of him. That would be pretty fun to kind of like cuddle. I'd be able to do my streams and just hold onto a giant Momo. That would be pretty nice. I guess that's it. That's it for now. So, thanks for coming by. Thanks for hanging out as usual. I hope you guys enjoyed that game. On Friday, I'll be starting to go through your suggestions. So, we're gonna hammer through each one of those games. I think I'll start from the bottom. So, the oldest suggestion, and I'll work my way slowly up. And I'll do as many of them as possible per stream, and obviously complete playthroughs each time. So until then, good night everyone. Get some nice rest. Good night. Bye bye.